record the meeting. I'm not able to put us on live, so hi everybody who's watching it. Now you, Lucas, how are you feeling today?
Honestly, I feeling tired. is today is hard, but is good day, productive day. I I I study a lot. I program in script Python for my work. Is is finally is sure is done. Passed to pass all tests. I I and this night I can talk English and talk is I'm really happy for this.
Okay, thank you, Lucas. So in my case, I'm doing great, but I'm feeling a little bit ill. I'm having some problems with my health. It's not a big thing, but sometimes it's kind of uncomfortable being out of my home all the time when I just want to be, want to just stay here quiet. I'm feeling some pain here and I just don't know how to describe the parts of my body because I don't know the name in English. But yes, but besides that, I think everything's fine. Everything's under control. I had a lot of things to do today after this section, but I think everything's gonna be okay. I hope so. So Jefferson already said that he's really optimistic, but does it happen all the time, Jefferson? We're talking about question number two. Are you most of the time optimistic or pessimistic? Which one would you say?
I don't like the word pessimist. I don't I love the word realism. Sometimes I'm very realist about the reality of the things. You can have good news and bad news, but I really don't know. I don't like this optimism, pessimism. I prefer optimism and realism. And most of the
Okay.
time, I work with the reality, with the facts. But most of the time, I try to be realist about everything to understand about the expectations. I don't like to be excessive optimism. As I said, I prefer realism. It's sometimes it's confused, but I prefer because I like to work with the reality. Sometimes the reality not so good, but I try to change the reality. As a professional, most of the time I work with my students, put a lot of problems to them to solve. And I love when you solve a problem. Yesterday I was talking about the economics I was teaching and very interesting about a lot of questions about real plan, cruzado, and now the reality, and a lot of things about this, all of these themes. And I think that's so good when you work with this because just to finish, because you personally you can grow. Uh, important you grow with acknowledge. And if you
Yes.
grow, you feel better, you feel well-being.
Yes, I got it. So, Lucas, do you have a similar behavior that Jefferson said, or are you most pessimistic?
And so I I most of time I optimist maybe, but sometimes I I little pessimist. But I think and and rationality. So but I feel pessimistic or optimistic.
Okay, what about you, Rosie? I want to see somebody that's pessimistic because I am a lot. Are you, Jose?
Uh, no, I think I'm not. I'm an optimistic person, but I think about uh countless things could go wrong, and I try to anticipate what can I do for that. I think that's why I'm getting anxious. Thinking about what could go wrong and what can I do if this happens. But like Jefferson, um I'm not that optimist person who think, oh, everything will go be right, will work out, everything will go be beautiful, and we live happy forever. No, I'm a more realistic, but I'll always wishing for the best. But when you are realistic, you're a little bit optimist. But if I have to choose a word, it will be optimist.
Okay. Talking about me, I think in my case, I am pessimistic with myself when it comes to things like my problems or planning the future. But then with another people, I am more optimistic. I try to be for them, like giving them hope to dreams, to everything. But in my case, I just sometimes I'm just afraid to be optimistic and just get frustrated at the end of the day. And I don't know, being optimistic sometimes gives me hope. And if I am hopeful, I am expecting a lot of things. And then if I am expecting a lot of things, sometimes I get anxious. And then if I'm not expecting nothing, I'm not anxious. So I don't know if that works for you, but it's kind of what I try to be. I know that's not the better way to live, but in some days I just wanna, peace, and I don't want to get anxious. Well, let's go to the next one. Have you ever told someone something negative about your life and instead of listening in and welcoming, they say, but at least, or it's just you thinking positive? I mean, I hate this. And it's like, oh, my mom died, and somebody just say, oh, but now she's with God, now it's better. Or I don't know, like in the video, I get fired, and somebody say, oh, now you're free. No, I just hate that. Sometimes when we don't know what to say, I think it's better to say, I don't know, I'm sorry, or just be there listening to. I know that sometimes we want to solve problems. We want to make our friends and our family, what we want to see them happy, and we say some things that aren't real. But I just don't like it, like this phrases that people used to say, that everyone say, like everything's gonna be okay, or don't worry, or I don't know, this kind of words. I just don't like listening to it. But what about you, Jose? Do you feel better when you hear that?
No. I'm actually don't have the habit of talking about what I think or feeling deep down, because it already happened and I felt exposed with someone. It's clear not don't want to be a part of this, and uh, it's kind of a response that says like, I want to end this conversation, so be good, cheer up, something like that. And um, sometimes you don't want to say someone brings up a delicate thought. It's just someone to hear your story. You don't want a solution or opinion. You don't have to say nothing sometimes. Just hear the person and be quiet. You don't know how to say. With my friends, when my friends comes to me and talk about deep things, I literally tell them I don't know how to say, but I'm here. I'm just stay quiet, and the silence sometimes it's more comfortable than blah 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 blah. So I don't like that too.
Okay. Do you like it, Lucas?
And I talk about this and with my wife sometimes, and she is listening to it, so is good. I I feel better, and 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 she is not opinion or and talk about it, it, and she's listen to me. He is is good. He is help me. So I agree, Rosie. I don't like to talk the to talk on other people's friends and on other people. I don't like.
Okay, perfect. Jefferson, what about you?
Yeah, all the time I used to say something negative about the life, especially with my students. Come on, guys, you need to study more. You need to study English. You must to learn our language. You must to learn Python. You must to learn Power BI, Advanced Excel, and so on. Most of the time, I used to do this. Look your life. Imagine your life in the future. You must change. I really I don't know. I don't like when I finish a quiz, a test, and with low grades. I don't like. I really don't like. Yeah. I used to call attention to the students about the future. Really, I think it's very important. But the answer most of the time that is like this. But at last, at least, it is the oh, okay with you, professor, but the others, the university is not so good. I have problem with my job. I have problem with somebody, and so on. Most of the time, outsourcing, outsourcing the things that they must to do and to tackle and to lead, and they can't. Most of the time, they can't. Just put the bad things in another person and not respond to the thing that he or they must to do. And most of the time is this. And sometimes they feel unheard, maybe to feel unsupported, maybe sometimes. But as I said, I like to work with the reality. It's very important to show the reality, especially for my students to see about the future. And most of the time, I present my own life in the past. Terrible, terrible. But I think I feel better now because I study a lot.
Okay, perfect, Jefferson. Now let's go to the next question. What are the things that you hate to listen to when you are reduced to tears? But first, I want to know if you guys used to cry. Not a lot, but do you guys cry at least? Like when you're sad or when you're feeling ill or when something bad happened, because some people they just don't cry, and it's kind of weird for me to imagine me without crying sometimes. But I just want to know if everyone cries. And before answering, Lucas, can you start?
I don't remember last time I I cry. Mm, I have I am not I have problem. I have uh, but I don't have empty to cry. I I to talk. I think, but and I cry when I watch the movie, romantic movie.
Yeah.
I cry, but not no. I think this is not my personality. When always I always was so it is.
Okay.
I my last time we cry a lot when my mother is um, um, não estava bem de saúde, but is better today. Is good. It is um, 5 6 years. I when this is happened, I cry a lot of, and every day.
Yes. I'm sorry for that, but I'm happy that your mother are better. That's nice to hear. I'm happy for you as well. So, Jefferson, do you cry? And what are the things that you hate to listen to when you are reduced to tears if you cry?
Yeah, I remember last week I was rarely I watch TV, but I watch uh, with my parents and the situation in Gaza, and they killing the kids, a lot of kids being killed, and I don't felt comfortable, and I remember I cried and I talked to the guys about the situation there, and they just answered, no, the guys only love to fight, to kill the others, or kill in the name of God. I really don't like to listen this. I don't like this. I don't like. I don't deserve this because I study. I know the situation. It's terrible there, but this kind of comment make me feel upset. Upset.
Yeah.
And the other situation when I reduce to tears, when I'm listening some kind of music and I remember the past, or good or bad things about the past. Sometimes it's very common. You listen some kind of music, especially my age, or watching some movies or some movie maybe, and you remember, and the guys used to say, why are you crying? Why? Because I'm a human being. I have emotions, and I don't care to validate my emotions with you. Come on, guy.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
perfect. What about you, Jose?
I'm a crying person. If you said to me you drop your ice cream with a sad way, I will cry probably. So if things like that with movies, with cartoons, with I'm reading, if I cry, I don't care if someone asks me, why are you crying? That's okay. I laugh or I tell why. But if you relate something about my feelings, something happened to me and I'm crying, and people say, don't cry, stop crying. Why are you crying? That's pissed me off, I have to say. So if something relates my feelings, I hide. I hide and cry alone in the shower. Nobody will see. But that's it. If something casual, I cry. I don't have shame. I'm not ashamed of crying for my feelings, but sometimes I don't know how to explain that. I'm feeling sad. I want to cry, and I cry. And so I don't like to explain something I really don't know why. So hear this thing, stop crying, don't cry. If I can do that, I'm not crying in that time. So
Yes, I really understand you, Jose, because I'm just like that. I mean, I don't cry watching movies. I just don't know why. Just a little, just some of them, like two, three, but usually I don't cry watching it. But then when it comes to books, it's the thing that makes me cry a lot. Books makes me like, I need to stop reading and then just take a breath and just then come back to the reading. And just like you, I don't like crying in public when I'm feeling, I don't know, depressed or sad. I like to cry here in my room or alone in a place. I hate crying at the street because people start looking at you like that, like what is happening? And sometimes it happens to me crying, around people, and then they just keep looking at you, and some people just say, "Don't cry, what is happening? Don't feel sad." And I'm like, I'm really saying that. I want to cry. Just let me cry. I feel better after a long period of crying. I feel that I'm released, and it helps me. It's not, some people say that it's a thing that it's not mature crying because it shows that you're weak, but I don't believe that. I think it's my way to feel better, to just express my emotions, and that's totally fine. So let's go to another question. Um, I think we have talked about question number 5 in some ways, but if you guys want to come back after, that's okay. But let's talk about question number 6. Where do you see toxic positivity in your work or personal life? And how does it impact you? Jose, can you start?
I'm not employed right now, but when I'm working, um, when my boss give me some tasks, I'm for me to do, and I'm already had my own, and I I said for her, look, I'm waiting here, and I don't know if I have the time for do that, and then come, oh no, you're capable to do that. I trust you. You can do. No, not because I'm not capable. I don't have time for that. And that pressure, like, you can be, you awesome. Uh, that's, I don't know if that's a positive, toxic positive, but for me to remember right now, it's something like that. Um, the personal life, uh, no, I think it's more related for the question we said right now. And when I'm sad or frustrated about something happens, like failure on an interview or not capable to continue something, I'm stuck and I can understand, and that makes me feel sad. And I don't know, I don't like, I think this is really personal, but I don't like to her, oh, you can do it, you're intelligent, you're smart. I'm not saying because I'm fair, I'm done. It's just my moment to be frustrated with myself, and I think this is natural. This is good. I want to cry. I'm not give up on the world. It's just that little moment I have to, like you said, cry, make me feel better, and I can get over and start again. So I know it's not, maybe I'm a little cold talking like that. But something I don't like. I like to be in my own world, doing with my feelings. And after that, if you say to me the words, I will understand you want the best for me. But in that moment, I don't like. That's why I always hide in my world, doing my stuffs, and then I go up again.
Yeah, perfect. I feel just like you sometimes. Lucas, we're talking about question number 6.
Hey, in my work, everyone is talks positive. I I don't see. I in my personal life, everyone in college maybe some people as try help you and and talk things talks positive. My maybe is reprieve me to another feeling, but it's not common.
Okay, Jefferson already said that uh, working with students can involves a lot of toxic positivity. But Jefferson, do you have some examples? Like more?
I will disagree with the word toxic. Toxic never must be positive, never, all negative. But I saw the video, and the video transmit us the sensation, the positive, the thoughts positive can be observed. People insist on maintain a positive outlook, even even in a lot of situations where it's not appropriate. I don't agree, but it's okay. It's okay, no problem. Let's suppose I will agree with this expression. So I think the best way how impact you maybe impact you negative about your emotions, maybe impact you in some difficult situations sometimes, and I tackle with this, or I lead it with this. Sometimes I lead with this with my students, and how impacting and what to do. And I think the best way is to have a free, genuine communication, open about the problem, and try to understand the point of view of the other guy, or the word used today is to have empathy, empathy to see the other side.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm still thinking about it in work, but I have a thing to say. Like, it's really common when people says or ask, "How are you feeling?" And we just say, "Great, I'm good," when sometimes we're not. So in some occasions, like especially if we are not really friends with the people that we work with, we just say I'm good. And if we say I'm doing bad, or I had a bad day, or I am just really sad, they, I don't know, they feel scared of you saying and being honest sometimes. Like if I talk to my boss, like if he ask me, "Hello, how are you doing?" Even though he doesn't care how I'm feeling, if I say that I'm not doing great, I think he would look at me like that and say, "Oh, really? You shouldn't say that, because here it's the place that it's supposed to work and your personal life doesn't matter." But I feel that sometimes we are used to say that we are okay all the time with that short questions like, "Hello, how are you?" And we just say, "Good, and you?" And I think I don't know if that's toxic all the time, but it can be in occasions where you don't feel great. And also, I really agree with Rosie when she said that some people they just feel positive about every task that we can deliver, and it's like I'm full of things to do, and then a person comes and that's it, just do it and it's gonna be fine. You're gonna do it and it's everything okay. I trust you. You are great, you are smart, you are fast, and just keep calm. I don't know, I hate people saying keep calm when everything's a mess. And I think that's another thing when there's a lot of problems happening, people just say, keep calm. When you can, I don't know, lost your job, get fired, some people, they just don't see it. And talking about working with, I don't know, politics, I don't work with that, but I do that. You know, guys, working in a public space, sometimes some people have some privilege, and then some people are there really working, and some people are allowed to do everything and some people are not because they don't have the same power, the same influence. So some people just say, oh, you shouldn't be like that or you shouldn't act like that because it's a matter of you, like saying it depends on you to get better here, when in reality they don't see the inequality in the workplace. But that's it about it. I have a lot of things to say, and this minute's been recorded. I don't want to talk about it.
I
Um,
just to add something very interesting. I
yeah,
had a long time ago a maid, a secretary, and sometimes I used to ask her about your life. How's your life? And she used to say, it's so good, but I need money to buy gas, to buy this. I have a problem with my bank account, and you can collaborate with me to be better.
yeah, yeah. That's
And
the feeling.
I never ask again about how's the life.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes people just stop asking. So let's go to actually, Lucas, can you choose a question and answer it? You can choose question number 7, 8, or 9. Just choose the question you most like or you find interesting.
The 7 or
7, 8, or 9.
ah mm, 7. I read
Yes, yeah.
or
Or yeah, I can read as well to you.
okay. What are some things? Yes, 7 question.
Yeah.
In which begin positive is a useful copying machines, and when it's not. Mm,
So what's your thoughts
I
about the question?
I not understand
Okay,
this
the question
question.
it's like, um, in what occasions being positive, it's a good thing? You know, being positive, like, oh, that's gonna be fine, it's gonna be okay. In which occasions, it's a good behavior, and then in which occasions it can be a bad thing, like be toxic.
I'm sorry. I can't. I want to listen Rose and Jefferson.
Okay, so
Please
you,
help
Rosie,
me.
can you answer, Rosie?
Yeah. Um, I think like you said, when someone asks you if you, how are you? And it's not good, but you say, I'm okay. I think this could be considered a good thing because, like you said, someone doesn't care or you're not feeling comfortable to talk about that with that person or you don't want at all talk about. When you have to deal with annoying people and you say to yourself, keep calm, you can do this, ignore them, will be a good day, they won't ruin your day. I think this could be a good thing. A bad way, I think it is more related for me with a relationship. You know it's not good, it's not feeling you happy, and you continue telling yourself, no, we'll get better. We can make this happen, and something like that. I think that is not good.
Yeah. I really like your answer, Rosie. Lucas, have you had some kind of ideas to answer or not yet?
But yes.
Okay, perfect. Jefferson, can you answer the question as well? I'm gonna bring the guys back because we have just 8 minutes. But while I'm doing it, Jefferson can answer the question.
Okay, I remember a long time ago, a big friend of mine, he was injured with AIDS. I remember with AIDS, I think 20 years ago, in the bed, and I talked with the doctor, and the doctor told me he will he will die as soon as possible. And my friend asked me about the situation. I said, no, the doctor said you will be better, and you must believe in what the doctors told me, and you must believe in God. You'll be good, you'll be brave, you'll be good, well-being as soon as possible. And sometimes that's the situation. It's a complicated situation that used to coping mechanism. And I remember this situation. And my friend died, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I think when it comes to health, it's sometimes always good to support people being positive because it's a really sad situation. Sometimes they just don't have hope. But yes, hi everybody. Hi Monica, Marcio, and Nachi. How was the conversation, Monica? Did you enjoy it?
I like. I enjoy the conversation because I think the subject is very important because to talk about anxiety, about negative and positive things, I think is very important because in my opinion, when I talk about this, I learned to deal with these feelings.
Yeah, perfect. And Monica, do you see yourself more as optimistic or a pessimistic person?
Optimistic person.
Yeah, perfect. So, Nachi, I want you to answer one question. Is that okay for you? Okay. So it's question number 8. Are negative emotions such as anxiety and disappointment inherent, bad, and why?
Yeah, I think it's not a good feeling, but it's something that I think in some point of our life, if you are an adult, you feel this. So it's better try to deal with this in a positive thing. Don't let this froze you and be your completely life. Just resume about this feeling.
Yeah, perfect. I love your answer. So, Marcio, I want you to answer one question as well. Actually, you can choose the question, Marcio, the question that you most liked.
So the subject today is very, very complicated about the feeling. I try to answer the question. The question number 5 The question number 5, do you manage well to feel and deal with openly and honestly to achieve acceptance and great physical health? In my case, for example, I said in the another room, my strategy about this situation, I like to read different book. I chose the book, the subject interesting. I read when I have the anxious or another bad feeling. I I take my book, stopped everything, I read a little, or another strategy for me, I listen one good music, because music for me is a piece. I remember another moments in my life when I listen the music I like. For me, is the strategy I use for overcoming the psychological health.
I'm muted.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for your answer, Marcio. It's a great advice. And we're done for here today. I just want to say before we end the conversation, thank you for Lucas and Jose, especially because they are the new ones here today. And I hope to see your faces here again because I had a really great time talking to you. And also Monica who's been here sometimes and sometimes she's not here. I just miss her and I hope to see her again and talk to her in the next week. Okay, Monica? Perfect. So guys, I've sent to you in the chat the feedback link for you to answer and to just say your thoughts about the meeting, the things I can improve, and also suggestions for us to talk. So if you had a topic like, I don't know, abortion or relationships or I don't know, everything, you can just put it to me and I'm gonna to try to write about it or include it in one of our conversations. And that's it for today. And thank you all for coming, Monica, Marcionati, Lucas, and Jose. And I hope to see you all again here. Okay?
Okay, see you.
See you.
Thank you
Bye
See
guys.
bye,
you. Bye
Bye
bye.
guys.
bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.